What do you have to say?
This.
What do you deserve?
I deserve this.
You deserve all of it. Everything. You deserve this.
And despite those wins, I've been devalued, I've been disrespected, and dismissed because I am a woman. And I've been told that I don't deserve any more than less because I am a woman. You see, despite all the wins, I'm still paid less than men who do the same job that I do. For each trophy, of which there are many, and for each win, for each tie, and for each time that we play, it's less. And I know there are millions of people who are marginalized by gender in the world and experience the same thing in their jobs.
Boy, oh boy, look what we have here. Woke soccer star Megan Rapinoe has been left off the U.S. women's team's roster. Now, this is hilarious because this is the same person that is known for saying back in 2019 that if the U.S. women's soccer team won the World Cup, that she would not go to the White House because Trump is in the White House, right? But now it seems that she no longer has to worry about going to the White House at all because she couldn't even make the team. She couldn't even make the roster, okay? Seems that she should have been a little bit more concerned about her skills and working on her play on the field rather than, I don't know, politics and Subway commercials, okay? And because she's left off the team, she also doesn't have to worry about the gender pay gap anymore, right? Because you're not getting paid, okay? So you don't have to worry about any man making more than you and being undervalued and such. All which is a lie, by the way, because the women's soccer team is being paid as much, if not more, than men in some cases. And any differences in what they're receiving and men receiving are because of the respective collective bargaining agreements that the women agreed to. And probably the biggest thing in regards to the so-called gender pay gap that the U.S. women's soccer team argues that it exists in soccer is the prize money that is won in these FIFA World Cup tournaments, right? And the men get paid substantially more than women, but that's because the men generate way more revenue than the women do, okay? So again, their biggest argument, right, in regards to there being a gender wage gap, being underpaid, is basically that, well, the men get more bonus prize money, right, when it comes to the World Cup. And it's like, well, yeah, they bring in more revenue, more people watch it, right? It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. So bring in more fans, how more people buy your stuff, then maybe you'll get paid more, okay? But until then, you can't get paid with money that you don't have, right? Money that you're not bringing in, money that you're not generating. But hey, they keep doing this because ultimately, them claiming that they're being discriminated against and that there's a gender wage gap, they can make money off that because advertisers advertise based off that stuff, right? That women are oppressed. And what I find to be interesting about these people that are so gun-ho about the so-called gender wage gap, okay, is that a lot of people, what they really want, specifically when they're talking about sports, the WNBA, soccer, whatever, what they're really asking for is for men to subsidize women, right? That's what they're asking for so that women get equal pay, right? That's what they're asking for. But I never hear them advocate for women to subsidize men in women-dominated industries, right? Industries where women get paid a lot more, okay? For example, like OnlyFans, right? Like OnlyFans, okay? And certain types of entertainment. I never hear these women, these woke feminists, right? These people that's arguing about gender pay gap, why don't you get these OnlyFans girls to subsidize men, right, on OnlyFans, trying to make a living doing that? Why don't you do that, right? If you want to play this game of, well, men have to subsidize women because women are being paid less and they can't generate as much revenue because people don't want to see that, right? They don't want to see women's sports. Cool. Well, a lot of people don't want to see male OnlyFans models, right? They don't make as much money. So how about all the women on OnlyFans subsidize them? So until they advocate for that, don't talk to me about this, right? Do not talk to me about this. But when it comes to soccer star, soon to be full-time woke activist Megan Rapinoe, instead of worrying about being woke, right, she should have been worried about her play. Because again, her play seems to suggest that she may be very, very close to the end of her career. So there won't be anything to walk virtue signal about anymore in regards to gender pay gap, because you're not going to be getting paid. Okay, so let's read here. The wokest of all U.S. national sports teams just got a little less woke. U.S. women's national team head coach Vlatko Andonovski has called up a roster that features youth and players the team will rely on in the future. It does not have a feature noted U.S. women's soccer team anthem-protester Megan Rapinoe. The U.S. women's national team mainstay Alex Morgan was also left off the roster. Rapinoe and the rest of the USWNT struggled through an extremely disappointing 2021 Olympic performance, heavily favored to win gold entering the tournament. The U.S. women's national team posted a mere 1-1-1 record after getting smashed by Sweden 3-0 in the opener, defeating a weak New Zealand squad and then barely defeating the Netherlands. Rapinoe and her merry band of wokesters then lost to Canada before squeaking by Australia and securing a disappointing bronze medal. Perhaps then it's no surprise that Coach Andonovski decided to go a different route. Yeah, you guys remember during that time, I think it was like maybe the preliminary match or something like that in the Olympics. The U.S. soccer team decided to kneel, okay, before the match. Okay, they decided to kneel, and then they basically got blown out during the game, okay? They got skunked, okay, after kneeling. Again, get your head in the game, man. You're too worried about the activism. All these players are very good players. We know that they've done so much for this team, and Andonovski told ESPN of the veteran players he decided to leave off the roster. Right now, I want to give a chance to players like Sophia Smith and Mal Poog and Katarina Macario, Ashley Hatch, players that have earned their spot on the national team or earned their spot back. I want to give them maximum minutes or whatever minutes they earn so we can evaluate every aspect of their game in the training environment or game setting. So what that actually really means is that, Miss Rapinoe's career is coming to an end, right? She's getting a little old, right? She's not as good as she used to be, and we need to develop young players, right? That's literally what happens with all sports teams, okay? They'll say, oh, no, we just need to get the young guys some reps, right? We need to get the young guys some reps. What that really means is that our older guys, our vets, just aren't that good anymore, okay? Because otherwise, she would be on the team. You're trying to win, right? Right? You're trying to win. So why are you not on the team? Okay? The best player should be on the team. Okay? The best player should be on the team, regardless of their youth. However, again, to me, this indicates that maybe Rapinoe, she's closer to the end than maybe she would like to believe. The coach hastened to add that this does not mean Rapinoe's national team career is over. Sure it doesn't, right? That's what they say to the press. Quote, it doesn't mean that all these players that have done well in the past are just going to come back here in the next camp because they've done well a year or two ago, Andonovski said. Rapinoe, however, will be 38 by the time the next Women's World Cup rolls around in 2023. Rapinoe, a captain of the U.S. women's national team, was instrumental in the team's gold medal runs. However, for all of her dominance on the soccer field, the U.S. women's national team captain gained far more attention and fame for herself by copying Colin Kaepernick's protests and attacking former President Trump. Most notably, Rapinoe made headlines during the 2019 Women's World Cup when she said she would not go to the effing White House to see then President Trump if the women's team won gold. Well, she won't have to worry about going back to the White House anymore. No, she don't, because she's not on the team anymore, right? She's not on the team. Again, the coach is trying to, play nice here and trying to say that, hey, we're trying to get the young women some reps. But hey, who knows? I mean, she'll probably be back on the roster for the qualifying matches for the Olympics, okay? Or who knows? The coach also said that the vets aren't guaranteed a spot. Like I said, in my opinion, I just believe that this is a sign that Miss Rapinoe will soon be transitioning to her second career as an activist. I mean, she was literally talking about retirement after the Olympics last year. Okay, she was talking about retiring. Okay, said she need to think about her future. But hey, that she's been more focused on activism than her actual on the field play. Okay, for the last few years. And the crazy thing is that her on-field play is actually what got her the platform that she has, right? That is what has made her relevant. That's why people care about anything she has to say because of the play on the field. Now that the play on the field has diminished, as you can see, what she says and what she does really doesn't matter all that much anymore, right? It really don't matter all that much. Okay, she's losing relevance. Okay, so again, I wish her the best of luck in her next career as an activist, because it seems that that's gonna come sooner rather than later. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.